I am Zunaira Azhar and this is DECODE, where we define and analyze the stories shaping our world. Tonight we lead with India. The BJP has taken West Bengal. It is the first time since the party was born that it has won that state. And it has won it with a thumping majority. Tonight we ask what that means for 200 million Indian Muslims, for Christians, for Dalits, and for the very idea of secular republic. Then we move on to Iran and the United States, where the war that began in February is changing again. And we end with a bigger lesson or question coming out of it. If the Strait of Hormuz has set a precedent that the days of one country controlling the world's waterways are over. Let's start decoding. On Monday, the 4th of May, the Election Commission of India declared the result. Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, won 207 out of the 294 seats in the West Bengal Assembly. The Trinamool Congress, which had governed the state since 2011, was reduced to 80 seats. It is first time the BJP has ever won this state. The fortress of Bengal has not just been breached, it has been dismantled. As Bengal has 27% Muslim population, in 2021, the TMC won 84 out of the 88 Muslim majority seats. In the months after this vote, the Election Commission ran something called the Special Intensive Revision, the SIR. It deleted nearly 9 million names from the rolls. The opposition says nearly 3 million Muslims could not cast a vote. Mamata Banerjee refused to recognize the results. She said the election was forced and that she did not lose. The state BJP unit posted Kailash Sesh on social media. It means game over. Suvinda Adhikari is the new BJP face in Bengal. Although Prime Minister Modi called it a historic mandate, but reports of post-poll violence and vandalism of TMC offices are on record. But beyond the immediate chaos, there is a deeper anxiety. For the Muslims population in Bengal, this isn't just a change in government. It's the change in the state's very identity. With the BJP in power in both Delhi and Kolkata, the push for the NRC and CAA is no longer a threat. It's an impending reality. Fringe elements in victory processions have been caught on video saying Bangla Chalo. Slogans aren't just celebrating a win, they are perceived as a roadmap for a Bengal where their political and civil standing may be fundamentally altered. Similarly, the victory of the BJP and its allies in Assam and Kerala has caused deep concern and anxiety among the Muslims living there. Hold those numbers in your head for a minute. 207 seats, 45% of the vote, and 9 million names removed from the voter list before a single ballot was cast. Each one of those by itself would be a serious story. Together, they tell us that something has shifted in India that goes well past one election. Bengal was not just any state. It was where modern India thought was born. And the people celebrating in Kolkata understand that very well, which is why they walked straight to Mukherjee's memorial after the result. That India is now a memory in most of the country. 200 million Muslims live in India. They are the largest Muslim minority in the world. They have just watched the last big secular fortress fall. Christians have watched the same thing. Dalits have watched the same things. The map of India now has a color, and that color is saffron. And the question is no longer whether secular India will return. The question is what life will look like for everyone who is not part of this new majority project. That is what tonight's first story is really about. Let's turn this into a discussion, and we have a very renowned Pakistan journalist with us, Zarrar Khuhro, who writes in Dawn, one of the best-selling English print media of Pakistan, and he does his own talk show as well. Thank you so much, Zarrar, for joining us. And I'm sure you are following the story on Indian elections. Let's start with the size of it. The BJP has won 207 out of 294 seats in West Bengal, the first time the party has ever taken this state. Modi, of course, calls it. It's a historic mandate for him, and it now runs 70% of India, BJP. Has India become a one-party state with elections that only decide with this margin?
I think that for all intents and purposes, the answer is yes. India is now absolutely a one-party state. I mean, we all know that West Bengal was really the last stronghold left
Yes.
of the anti-Modi opposition.
Absolutely.
As far now, if we start looking at the reasons for it, obviously there is a temptation to place all the weightage on one or perhaps even two factors, but I think there's several factors that go in it. First of all, as we all know, the serving Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, has refused to accept the election results, at least from the last time I checked, which was about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's true.
And the reason she doing that is because she's pointing towards what she's calling, and what many in India are calling, mass-scale voter disenfranchisement. About 27 lakh, 2.7 million people were removed from the electoral rolls prior to the elections, disproportionately targeting migrant workers, Muslims, of course, and so on and so forth, right? Now, obviously, some of these might be legit, but on this scale, then it does raise suspicions, right? The other factor, apart from, and I'm going in order of importance as far as I can see it, is also the absolute disarray in which the Indian opposition finds itself. I mean, the India alliance, the INDIA alliance, I mean, take a look at what they did in these elections. Congress decided to contest all 294 seats, I believe, 294 seats on its own, abandoning its long-standing alliance with the Communist Party, the CPIM, in West Bengal, and not even bothering to do a seat adjustment or an alliance with Mamata Banerjee's Trinamool Congress, the TMC. Now, when you are facing an electoral juggernaut like the one put together by the BJP, with full spectrum dominance on the election commission, on the media, on industry, I mean, really just every single lever of power, then the last thing you want to do is go your separate ways. Then you have to present a united front. And thirdly, and in my view, most importantly, and again, this is a factor of this full spectrum dominance that the BJP is currently exercising in India, is the success of the Hindutva agenda. Now, the Hindutva agenda the formula is blindingly simple and incredibly effective, and it is divide and rule. And their calculation has always been that if we were to consolidate the Hindu vote, then we don't need the Muslim vote. And you can see that that is exactly what the BJP has done in West Bengal. Amit Shah, who love him or hate him, we have to understand that in terms of domestic politics, he is a significant force, and he is one heck of a fixer. So he was sent in there to take care of things on the ground, and you can see the results right in front of you. So yes, this is a very long and convoluted way for me to say, yes, absolutely, you have a one-party system. You have what is in effect a democratic dictatorship in India now.
If you look at the campaign itself, I have another dimension here. Hindu, Hindu, Bhai, Bhai on the posters, and then Suvendu Adhikari, who is going to be the chief minister, calling it a religious war. And he ran this campaign saying that Bengal would become a greater Bangladesh. So another example, Mithun Chakraborty said that Hindus in Bengal would face extinction. How similar is this from the ethno-supremacist Zionist expansionism in Palestine that we ignored for so long, that now the catastrophe we are witnessing everywhere in Middle East is the result of that?
Yeah, this Hindutva is the Landa Bazaar version of Zionism. Okay, it is. Yeah,
the playbook is copied.
I'm 100% serious. It's Timu Zionism.
Okay.
And you know, there is a great deal of work on this. You see that the language mirrors, the techniques mirror. I mean, you take a look at the use of bulldozers in the occupied Palestinian territories. You take a look at the use of bulldozers to destroy Muslim homes in Uttar Pradesh under Yogi Adityanath, whom they call Bulldozer Baba, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Do you know that, the Hindu American Foundation, I believe, when India held its Independence Day rallies in New Jersey, they actually took out the rally with bulldozers. And I have first-person accounts saying that they would stop outside Muslim-owned businesses and rev the engines.
Wow.
You see, so it is also an internationalist ideology, right? And like attracts like, fascists will attract fascists. You know, there's that whole weird motherland, fatherland thing going on between them, which is just disturbing. I wonder what kind of children that union would produce. I don't want to see them. I'm sure nobody does. But Zionism and Hinduism, Hindutva are twin ideologies. They are sister ideologies.
Yeah.
They learn from one another. And ultimately, I think that they will share a similar fate. In my opinion. I would sorry, just one last thing. I would highly recommend that everybody reads Hostile Homelands. It's a book by Azhar, a journalist and a writer, which actually details the history of the alliance between Hindutva and Zionism. It's a must read in these days.
Thanks for recommending. And my last question to you, calling Bengali Muslims Bangladeshi infiltrators while Hasina Wajid is in exile in India. What do you say on this?
Yeah, I mean, let it never be
there's
said
so
that
many layers to it. You can go on and on and on. But what do you think of this?
I could take the next 2 hours talking about
Yeah,
this,
I know.
I won't subject anyone to this because that's torture. No, I think that, look, fascism and self-contradiction really also go hand in hand. I will actually point to a larger thing beyond the simple hypocrisy of what you have just pointed out. Imagine this. Right, Bangladesh was very much under Hasina Wajid was very much in the Indian camp.
Yes,
right.
True.
But that was on a state to state, on a leader to leader level. On the ground, people like Amit Shah, people like the incoming CM that you just mentioned, and that entire mainstream media and the entire social media did not even for a minute stop calling them Dimak. They called them termites. Amit Shah in his speech called them termites, as you very well know. Indian media, because obviously Muslim equals evil, so they've been running a maligning campaign against them. And now you see that public sentiment in Bangladesh, despite you being Bangladesh's main ally for over a decade, 14 years, I believe.
It erupted anyway.
Despite 1971.
Yeah.
Public opinion is very much against India. Now, of course, this does not mean that the current Bangladeshi government is going to be hostile towards India, because you are prisoners, we are all prisoners of geography, right?
True.
India surrounds them almost 3/4. So that can't happen. But ultimately, when there is this grassroots mutual antipathy and mutual hate, state relations can and do get affected. And it is amazing to me that India, which is the largest country in South Asia, right, in the entire subcontinent, not one single one of their neighbors has a favorable opinion of India. The only country, I mean, I'm talking Bangladesh, I'm talking Nepal, I'm talking Maldives. When
everybody is watching
it,
and slowly and steadily we have seen India becoming isolated in this region. And once it used to enjoy the complete control.
They're doing it to themselves. I mean, like Napoleon once said, never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake.
Yeah, so let's not interrupt them, but we have to guard as well.
Forever.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Zarrar Khuhro, for joining us. Thank you so much. So that is the picture from India. A new Bengal, a new map, a new question about what kind of country it is becoming. After the break, we move from one war on identity to a war that is still being fought with ships and missiles, the latest from the Iran-United States standoff, where the diplomacy is, where the fighting is, and what has changed this week. Stay tuned.